Is anybody ready to implement at least one thing so that we can shift towards good health? Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Kitna thanda hai aise dekho. Yes or no? Yes. And what's that one thing going to be? Take a minute of silence and ask yourself. We just saw a video. We just saw a lifestyle, a lot of which most of us are living. And the visuals enough to tell us, what am I doing with my mind and body? And we just heard that that impact of that lifestyle is not just on our well-being, but it's on the well-being of those children for whom we are working so hard. Ask anyone why you're working so hard in your life. They say, for my children. And what am I going to work so hard and give them? I'm going to give them everything that money can buy. Because when I work so hard, I earn a lot of money. And with that money, I can buy everything that money can buy. But can money buy a powerful mind? Yes? No. Money can buy treatment. Can money get a perfect healthy body? No. It was always before COVID also, but post-COVID, there's been a big shift in the minds of people. Fear and anxiety seems to be becoming normal. And we have very little children who will say, "Mujhe anxiety ho rahi hai, mujhe anxiety ho rahi hai." Sometimes I doubt whether they know the meaning of the word, but they are experiencing something. They're experiencing a discomfort. And most of the adults around them say, oh, it was because of lockdown. Because they didn't go to school and they were at home and they were online. That's not the only reason. The reason is that in those 2 years, billions of us all over the planet created fear and anxiety. How many of you created fear and stress during those 2 years? Raise your hands. Which means how many of you experienced fear and stress during those 2 years? Please raise your hands.
Everybody.
Uthalo, kiya haath, uthalo haath. To begin with, when COVID started, most of our phone calls used to be, because काम तो कुछ था नहीं था, बाहर नहीं जा रहे थे, so most of us, we would talk to each other. We thought it's a good time, we should keep talking to each other, and especially talking to those who were in lockdown, so that was safe. I have to call them, I have to talk to them. But the conversation always revolved around COVID है, कितना stress है, COVID है, डर तो लगेगा. And we kept on repeating those words like a mantra. It was everybody was talking about it. And we thought it's okay, it's normal to feel stressed and anxiety, and normal to create it. But when billions of people on the planet create the same emotion at the same time, then it doesn't remain here. It suddenly becomes a part of the collective energy of the planet. Like right now, the energy of this room is created by our minds. If suddenly there is a stimulus right now and all of us, or let's say 80% of us also, start creating fear and stress, within 5 to 10 minutes the energy of this room will change. And that energy did not change because of the stimulus, it changed because of the emotion we created in response to that stimulus, and COVID was one of that stimulus. And so we've created fear and anxiety and radiated on the planet. COVID is more or less a closed chapter, but fear and anxiety is still there. And now that fear and anxiety is shifting towards an anxiety disorder, which means it's not just an emotion, but then it shifts towards a mental health issue. And then we say anxiety disorder, panic attack, depression, and yet we seem to be going on with our same lifestyle, not pausing to check, is there something I'm ready to change? So Bharat is Vishwa Guru, that's what the word says. Do you believe Bharat is Vishwa Guru? Yes? And Vishwa Guru means the one who will take the world from darkness to light. Because Guru takes us from darkness to light, and Vishwa Guru will take the world from darkness to light. So darkness to light in what aspect? in the aspect of creating a powerful soul, a strong mind, and a very perfect, healthy body. But how will Bharat take this to the world? How will Bharat become a Vishwa Guru and take this to the world? Because we know that a lot of countries in the world today where mental health issues are rapidly on the rise. How will we be able to take it to the world? Simply by? How will we take it to the world? How can you take a product to the world? Just by showing the world how that product works. How that product works. So we have the tools, we have the techniques. It's ancient. We are a country who's rich in Ayurveda, in spirituality, in yoga, in prana, and everything. Should we be a country who's talking about high figures of diabetes, cardiac issues, depression? Should this country be talking about those issues? No. And we would not be talking about those issues if we all start using our own culture. It's in our Sanskriti. It is in our Sanskriti. It's a part of our culture. It's a part of our sanskar. But instead of using that rich culture that we belong to, we are busy getting influenced and impressed by things we see outside. Good to learn from the world, but if we don't hold on to who we are and use that power that we have, then leave alone being able to show the world the way, most of us are walking away from the right path. And so today is a day to promise that I am going to start living that healthy lifestyle. Yes? Yes? Yes. So we just saw a few examples in that video. One was eating out. How many of you feel we can quit eating out? इसीलिए उन्होंने बोला सात्विक वन, which means I know what is right. One is I don't know what is right, so no problem. I don't know what is right, what is wrong. But the other thing is to know what is right, to know what is not right, and yet to choose to do what is not right. We are a culture, we are a generation. Most of us are going to be the last generation who was living that way. We are a generation who used to carry our boxes of food with us out to school and to work, right? डब्बा लेके जाते थे? क्या? कौन-कौन डब्बा लेके जाते थे? हाँ, हम वो last generation है जो डब्बा लेके जाते थे. We used to carry our food with us when we used to go out. And we are the same generation who's sitting at home and ordering food from outside now. पहले डब्बा लेके जाते थे, अभी डब्बा घर पे ऑर्डर करते हैं. It seems such a small thing, but this one small thing can change everything in my life. Not just physically, this of course has a deep physical impact, but then Bharat is the country which knows that जैसा अन्न वैसा मन होता है. As is the food, so is my state of mind. Which means what I'm eating, how it's been cooked, and how I'm eating is going to decide not just the health of my body, is going to decide the health of my mind. So when you're eating something, you need to be 100% sure who's cooked for you, and which we never know when we order from outside. If someone who's cooked for you is stressed, is upset, is worried, is tensed, is angry, is shouting while cooking, when you're cooking in big numbers, you need to go into the kitchen of restaurants and see how food is cooked. And most important, hurry. They're always running. And that's why nowadays most of us are always running. Because we are eating food that is cooked with that energy. And most important, that food is cooked for profit. That food has money as the underlying foundational vibration. That food is cooked for profit. And when we are going to eat food which is cooked for profit, the only priority on our mind is going to be money, 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 money. And that is changing everything the way we live. So there are three types of food. One that is cooked for money. मतलब पैसों की याद में बनता है. The other which is cooked for the love of family. परिवार की याद में बनता है. And तीसरा cooked in the remembrance of the divine, परमात्मा की याद में बनता है। 3 प्रकार के foods होते हैं। Do we need to talk about which one is healthy? Do we know which one is healthy? Yes. So the more we and our children and our grandchildren are going to eat food cooked for money, be rest assured the family unit is getting. So instead of brothers and sisters saying, okay, this is my house, never mind, it's our house, you take it. This is my plot of land, it's for you. Today to say, we'll see, we'll meet each other in court. Because at that time, we were all eating food that was cooked for the love of the family by a family member. By a family member. So when a family member is cooking for the love of the family, then every member eating that food is getting united to the family because it is cooked with that vibration. When that food is being cooked by a stranger, in a hurried state of mind, in an aggressive state of mind because they are running short of time, and then today, most important, that order has to reach you in 10 minutes. And look at the marketing stunt, which we all get addicted to, that if you don't get your order in 10 minutes, you can cancel. It's somebody else's business. It's affecting our destiny. Imagine someone on a scooter or a motorcycle driving to your place in those heavy rains with this fear that if I don't reach in 10 minutes, they will cancel the order, which means it gets deducted from my salary. That dabba is going to be full of. That dabba is going to be full of. Is that how we are going to eat food, and is that how our children are going to eat? And if that's how we are going to eat, then we're only talking peace of mind and with health. We will never be able to create it if we're getting vibrations. Leave alone nutrition, the vibration of the food is risky. So let's keep eating out. The last option, only and only when we are traveling. Last 26 years I've not eaten out. And it's very simple. It's just one decision and a full stop. So, no, it's nothing. I'm not doing it for any purpose. I'm very selfish. I'm doing it for myself. Simply because if we are working with the intention to raise our vibrations, we cannot dilute it and pull it down by eating anything and everything. क्योंकि जैसा अन्न है, बोलिए, जैसा अन्न है वैसा मन है, और जैसा मन है वैसा तन है, और जैसा धन है वैसा अन्न है. So well-being cannot even start from the food. Well-being actually starts from the way we earn our money. Suddenly we've created a society which is focused only on how much we are earning. Youth today meet each other and say, how much are you making? So the priority is on the amount. Money is the first energy that comes into the house. And it's that money which buys the food and every comfort of the house. So that money should be earned with, money should be earned with lot of blessings. How much we are earning is important, but more important than that is how we are earning. Are we earning peacefully, with love, with compassion, with empathy for everyone who's working with us? And are we prioritizing the client more than ourselves? Which means business should be seva. Dr. Pratap right now said, I want to be a monk. Do you all want to become a monk? No. Because we thought monk means changing the color of the dress I wear, and monk means leaving my home and leaving my family and staying somewhere away from the world. That's not the meaning of a monk. A monk means somebody who has started working on purification here and raising their vibration, which we can do at home, running our business and living with our family. You don't have to change your clothes or leave your place for that. I could be staying in an ashram in a different color clothes, and yet I could have lots of ego and lots of anger and lots of greed. I could be saying I'm a monk, but I would not be living the life of a monk. And you could be at home, having the best bungalow, the best car, and running a big business, but you could be doing it with purity, with humility, with simplicity, with love and compassion, and the right lifestyle, and you could be there living the life of a monk. Are you ready to start living that life? Living the life of a monk only means being a yogi. There are two words, yogi or bhogi. कौन से दो वर्ड हैं? और दूसरा बोलो अच्छे से? हाँ, तो भोगी क्या होता है? So yogi only means shifting to a higher vibration, and bhogi means suffering. Today most of us are living at a bhogi vibration. We don't have to leave anything. We just have to leave our negative energies and raise our vibration and start living like a yogi at home. Don't have to leave anything, but only have to leave all that clutter that we have created here. And so, Yoga Day is not just something that is celebrated 21st June every year. We need to live a yogi life and radiate that lifestyle to the world. Because a yogi life is a healthy life for the soul and for the body. Bhogi life can never be healthy for the mind or for the body. And if we don't lead this yogi life and teach it to our children, they wouldn't even know that how it works. Our generation has been working very hard to give our children what we did not get. So every parent says, I want to give my children what I did not get. मुझे अपने बच्चों को वो देना है मुझे जो नहीं मिला था. But in the process, we have stopped giving them what we got. Give them what you did not get, but before that, give them what you got, because you are the last generation which will be able to give it to them. After that, they don't even know that culture existed. So it's our moral responsibility. It is our moral responsibility. So today is the day to really shift towards a yogi lifestyle. करेंगे?
Yes.
करेंगे? डरो नहीं, कहीं जाना नहीं. कपड़े भी नहीं चेंज करने, जगह भी नहीं चेंज करने, कुछ भी नहीं छोड़ना है. We don't have to give up anything, but we need to fill ourselves with our original sanskar of purity. So let's take just simple decisions today. 1. Right sleep cycle. I cannot be healthy without a right sleep cycle. What's the right time to sleep? What's the right time to wake up? So that's yogi lifestyle. So yogi lifestyle teaches us to wake up at 4 a.m. That time is called Brahma Muhurat. जीवन का हर काम तो मुहूर्त निकाल के करते रहते हैं, क्योंकि मुहूर्त means high vibrational time. The 24-hour cycle में the high vibrational time is that 4 to 5 a.m. At that time, most of us are sleeping. And some of us, our children today, are going to sleep at the Muhurat time. Yes or no?
Yes.
What will happen to destiny if you go to sleep at the Muhurat time? हमें लगा ये normal है, ये normal नहीं है, ये choice है. So let's shift our sleep cycle. Let's go to sleep by 9:30, 10 possible.
No.
जिस चीज को हाँ बोलोगे वो पॉसिबल, एंड जिस चीज को बोलोगे तो नॉट पॉसिबल. पॉसिबल? पॉसिबल, यस. So 9:30, 10 we go to sleep. For that, by 8:30 we disconnect from work communication and business communication. Give your mind space to go to sleep. Give your mind to declutter everything, to cleanse everything and shut down. Shut down from your phone, business, email communication. Otherwise, while you are sleeping, your mind is still at work. And that's why most of us are sleep deprived today. How many of you feel like sleeping 5 minutes more when you wake up? And how many of you can doze off to sleep on a flight or a train? हाथ इसलिए नहीं उठाते क्योंकि पता ही नहीं है, फोन के साथ बैठे होते हैं, पता नहीं चलता डोज ऑफ होता. Keep away your phone and just sit without doing anything in a train or flight, and within 5 minutes you'll see yourself going to sleep. And ask the person, did you not sleep last night? Of course I sleep every night. Then why are you dozing off to sleep? Because we are not experiencing deep sleep. And then why are we not experiencing deep sleep? Late dinner, heavy dinner, then after that work, and then when everything is over, watching the world news before going to sleep? Do we even know what all we are doing to ourselves? We're looking at the wrong diet that we're eating. What about the wrong diet which we are watching, reading, listening? And then after consuming all that, when we sit in bed, we say, now this is my time, me and my phone before going to sleep. So it is every wrong, unhealthy habit for sleep hygiene. So early dinner, light dinner, no screens, no phone, no TV before dinner and during dinner. Possible? अभी हमने सुना छोटे छोटे बच्चे स्क्रीन के साथ बैठते हैं, तो उनको नहीं रोकना टोकना है. We have to make it a sanskar at home. No phone, no TV during meals times. How many can do this? It's very simple. It's बहुत easy है. No phone, no screen, no TV during meal time. बताओ. अगर ये नहीं कर सकते ना, तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते. बिल्कुल बहुत easy. ये बहुत easy है. Only 10 minutes, no phone, no TV. आप नहीं कर सकते? तो हाथ उठाइए ना, फिर सब देखेंगे. आप नेशनल टेलीविजन पे इतने सारे चैनल्स आए हुए आपके पास आए. Let's raise our hands. This is how we become an example for the rest of the country and the world. Simple habit. Distracted eating will not give health even if I'm eating the most healthy food. It is not what I eat only. It is how I eat what I eat. Business की बातें कर रहे हो और खाना खा रहे हैं. रात को सब इकट्ठे बैठे. It's the only time when the family comes together. So we discuss all our family problems over dinner. We argue over dinner. We have conflicts over dinner. This is yogi life. Yogi life means start at a minute of meditation, eat the food in silence, or just very soft, happy conversations. The food is prasad. Have sattvic food, which means vegetarian diet. Vegetarian diet. Our food cannot be with somebody's pain and death. And just do one thing from today. In the kitchen, have high energy words playing when the food is being cooked. And food will not just be for the family, food will become in the remembrance of the divine. वो प्रसाद बन जाएगा. क्या हम रोज प्रसाद खा सकते हैं? क्या हम रोज प्रसाद खा सकते हैं? If we start cooking prasad and feeding prasad to children, then all these issues जो हम सुन रहे थे ना बच्चों की, कितनी simple steps है सब कुछ ठीक करने के लिए. And last and most important, integrate meditation into your lifestyle. 10 minutes to begin with. Meditation सीखें and daily practice करना शुरू करें. Just 10 minutes of teaching the mind the right way of thinking, of connecting to the supreme power and energizing yourself and radiating that energy not just to yourself, to your body, but to your family and to the home and to the world. When one of us also meditates for 10 minutes, we are radiating peace and power into the planet, and we are shifting the vibration of the planet from anxiety to peace, power and purity. That's the power which every human being has. So let's just take 30 seconds of silence and create a collective blessing that this beautiful initiative which has started today is going to reach to every soul on the planet. The vibrations will radiate to everyone, empowering each one towards a perfect healthy lifestyle. And very soon, every country on this planet will have this model of spirituality, Ayurveda, well-being, and the tools of well-being which will create a perfect mind, a perfect body, and which will create the golden era, the Satyug, which the world is waiting for. It's the transition time from Kalyug to Satyug, and that can only happen by raising our vibrations. So the initiative will not be just one country, but it will reach to every country on the planet. This is our blessing for this divine initiative.
Sabai, Sabai, Sabai.